You on?
Mm-hmm.
I am Dwayne Thomas, and I'm a student at Great Lakes Christian College in Lansing, and this is our intake session for me and Mr. Brian Williams. We are here, and we want to prepare to get started. And listen a little information about yourself. What is your name, your age, your background?
Brian Williams, 64, to be in December. Born in Saginaw, Michigan, raised in Saginaw, Michigan. Both parents are passed away. So, other than that,
Okay.
it's me.
Okay. Well, some housekeeping on this. This is all confidentiality. Everything you say here will be only between me and my professor at school. It will never be shared. As you know, we have filled out a confidentiality release form where it will not be shared. And really, this session is really going to be honestly going to be all about you. You know what I'm saying? How deep you want to go with this. This is something I said that I want to start doing even with the church, with some of my members, to just go and talk and sit down and just get into some things about us that we want to get out. Now, in the past, we might not want to talk about, but now we're preparing to talk about. During one of our classes, we had a thing what they call unhelpful thinking styles. And that was things and ways that you think that your mind tricks yourself into doing shortcuts to life. I'm going to introduce some of these topics to you. And what I want you to do is, if something catches your ear, and you says, I think like that sometimes, make a mental note of that, and we'll go into depth and we'll start talking a little bit about that, right? Okay. One of those ways is an all or nothing thinking. And what an all or nothing thinking is something called a black or white thinking. And that thinking is that I'm not perfect. Either I do it all or I don't do it at all. Where everything has to go my way or I'm not going to do it. It's an all or nothing thinking. Another form they're going to is a mental filter. What a mental filter is, you're only paying attention to certain types of evidence. Here's something. You can see your failures, but not see your successes. You say, oh, I succeeded at this, but that's all I did. I failed at this, but I didn't do good at that. That type of mindset. Number three, just going through them. I'm going to go through them and then we'll get into some meat of it. Is jumping to conclusions. And these are two types of jumping to conclusions. It's a mind reading. Where if I said 3 plus 3 equals, you would jump in and say 6. But you missed the part where I said 3 plus 3 equals, plus 1 equals 7. And you try to anticipate what I'm going to say. And that will be something that if you did that a lot of times in other conversations, it will be unhealthy for your thinking. It will stunt your growth. Last one, emotional reasons. I want to talk about these that we went through. Assuming that because we feel a certain way, it got to be true. If I'm a great sports fan, if I say I'm a Michigan fan, and I assume Michigan is the greatest college football team ever in the history of college football, and anyone who argues any other point other than that, then that would be up for debate, right? Yeah. But in my mind, I have positioned myself to believe that Michigan is the greatest football team of all time. Yes. And there will be emotional reasoning. So out of those top 4, we just went through, Mr. Brian.
I can do all of them.
You do all of them? Okay.
All of them.
Okay. What do you think about the all or nothing thinking? You sometimes think that way?
I don't all or nothing think, but I'll put things to a place where, especially if I get upset or something, then either my way or no way.
Okay, that's sort of order for me.
Yeah. Okay.
So are you not good at compromising, or does compromising from someone else never come into the situation?
Compromising. I can compromise pretty decent, but sometimes it's hard.
Okay.
So you think you be trying to, but in the same token, it does seem to be getting it.
Okay. So let's go back to that thought you were saying about it's your way or no way, that all or nothing thinking. Let's just talk about that for a few minutes. If someone points out something that you believe was definitely true, and it was not true, found to be not true, would you get angry? How would you respond to that?
I wouldn't get angry, but I would ask the person, you knowing it was wrong, why would you tell me the wrong information? But then again, I probably would get mad because for the simple fact, I should have looked it up for myself.
Okay. Well, here's the question. When you say get mad, is that just an inner anger or is that an outward physical anger.
No, you're saying
Anger with yourself.
Yeah, I get tired of myself sometimes.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that. Okay, we'll move on if we're done with that. We'll go, just going through a little bit. The mental error, the mental filter. You believe that sometimes you deal with that? You pay attention to only certain types of evidence? Noticing your failures but not your successes?
I know this all.
You notice it all?
I notice it all, but I have a way of noticing or doing things. It's just my belief that sometimes I do, go a certain side or flip flop, depending on the situation.
What the subject is? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you talking specifically in terms of like, okay, religious beliefs? I know a lot of people are really strong on their religious beliefs. If they believe this, and that, and if someone comes and challenges those beliefs, well, maybe this isn't right, or maybe that isn't right. Are you a person who listens to the other side, or are you a person that is firm in your beliefs?
My beliefs are, I firmly believe in my beliefs. But I truly, and I tell her all the time, God knows what I'm doing.
Okay, right.
So I really don't owe nobody explanation of that. But I truly believe in my higher power, which is God.
Do you have the ability, it's a question, the ability to, if you're around people who don't have an opinion about your beliefs, just what you believe, and you have to explain your beliefs to someone? Are you strong at that, explaining your point? Or are you just a person that was just, I know what I believe, and that is it?
I believe it like that. I would. I mean, why create an argument or a debate or nothing? Because I know what I believe in. So if this is what I believe in, I truly believe in it.
Okay. What if there was a situation where it says, we have blue chairs in here, and I said, someone came and says, I think red chairs would fit better in here, and we have blue chairs in here. Would you, are you a person that will be the person entitled to their beliefs, or would you,
Everybody's entitled. They're entitled. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I truly believe that. I might not agree with it, but I truly believe everybody's got their own opinion.
That's true. Yeah. Just going through as we go through, and I'm sure I'm definitely guilty of this here. They're jumping to conclusions, trying to figure out what someone would say before they say, okay.
I do that.
They call it mind reading or fortune telling.
I do that.
You do that a lot? Okay. Are you correct most of the time that you do that?
No. No. I say it's probably equal. 50% I'll be right, 50% I'll be wrong.
Right.
Which I shouldn't even jump into it, but that's the way I've been doing stuff my life.
Okay, so, along with that, part of this counseling session is to get rid of unhealthy thinking styles. And this is a list of unhealthy thinking styles. So if I pointed out to you and said, well, that's not helping you long term to think that way, would it be opening to opening up that, what we call that Pandora's box, and dig into that, why you think the way you think, and how we maybe correct that way of thinking to make it more positive for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing, I am willing to try.
Okay.
That, because for the simple fact, for me to grow, there's things I have to do that I might not want to, but I need to.
Okay, definitely understand that. Definitely understand that. That's the growth process. Yeah. That's the growth process. As we go through some more of this, we didn't get to this one here, the labeling, where you're assigning label to ourselves or other people. When you meet someone, you automatically think this person is this because of the dress, because of the color of the skin. Just automatically do that. Or even to yourself, where I'm just stupid, I'm a loser, and you're such an idiot. Because of some I find myself doing that sometimes. You find that to be something that occasionally you do?
Yeah, I do that.
Initially label someone? Okay. Are you increasingly harsh on yourself? When things happen, you just, oh man,
No, I don't say I'm not failing it.
Yeah.
I never felt like I failed. I felt like I didn't complete what I was doing.
Okay.
But I've never felt like I was a failure.
Okay. Good.
It's just things turned out different.
Okay. Like I said, everyone does some of this, some of the time, some more than others. So by going through this, we're just going through the things that can long term help you, and not say either that some are bad.
Right.
We're just giving a list of things that people do, and you can really understand your inner you and how you think. Then you correct the things that are wrong, or even enhance the things you do that are well. Because everyone does some things well on this list. I think we'll just get to them. That's 5 going off the top. So then that's overgeneralizing. That is basically seeing a pattern based upon one single event, being overly broad in the conclusion that we draw. For example, if we're going to go into sports, I love sports, I know you are a sports guy, and a guy runs and he catches the ball and he drops it. He has the worst outfielder ever. He sucks. He shouldn't play. That's over that broad, but he's the worst ever. We make this broad generalization off of one event. You know it's not true. Are you feel yourself doing that sometimes in situations?
I don't. Because I know mistakes happen. So
Okay.
1 or 2 mistakes, fine. But when you keep making the same mistakes and keep doing the same things over and over, right? Then they're not no more mistakes. They just a pattern of life.
Okay. The pattern of life, I can understand that. Here's another one. Disqualifying the positive. You're discounting the good things that have happened in you have done for some reason or another that doesn't count. Like if you're discounting the positive, bad thing, and you harp on that bad thing. Oh man, that's horrible. But then you enrolled in a class in school, and this is an example, and you get a B, a C, a B in the class. But going into the class, your expectation was to get all A's. And then you bombed and got a D on a class. So you focus on that D and that C, wow. You forget all about the A and the B. You forget about the positive and focus on the negative. Are you that type of person in these situations?
No. When I do something and it's not done like it was supposed to be, or I didn't get what I was supposed to get, I don't harp on it. I just try to correct it and do it better.
Correct it and do it better. Okay. Now that's how it learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Or even not the way you expected it, but then go again. Okay. Definitely understand that. We're almost done with this list, and we're going to get into some other personal things after that. The next one is the magnification, catastrophizing, and minimizing. That means you blow a thing out of proportion, or you inappropriately shrink something to make it seem less important. Where you worked a job for 10 years and you get laid off, and you're thinking, that's the end of the world, I'm never going to work, I want to be homeless, I want to live in a homeless shelter. You maximize that event. But in the same way, you lose your job, and you can say, it'll be okay, I'll make a way, God will provide, but you don't try to get another job. That's minimizing or maximizing. Are you that type of person? Where you either or?
If I don't got it, I'm gonna go get it.
Okay.
I'm not. I haven't had a job ever since I was 14. So working is in my life. I'm gonna take care of the things I need to do, but sometimes I guess I could fall in there every now and then. But
So you would basically say you're a person that's that I always say that in the middle. Yeah. Not too high, not too low. And I think sometimes the pastors talk about that and naturally being content. So would you say you fall along those lines?
I try to.
Okay.
I do, but I try.
Yeah. Well, here's one I found myself in a lot. It's using critical words like should, must, or ought to make you feel guilty or like you've already failed. And we apply these shoulds to other people, the result is frustration. If someone drops out of school or does something, oh man, he should have did this or he would have did that. Man, I would never have done that. You just put it all to this over extreme instead of any balance to it. Do you find yourself in those situations at all? When you just over criticize or over judge something without knowing what fast.
I have a tendency to certain things to run on with. Especially when it's the person studies doing these same things over and over, and it's affecting other folks' life. And they're not trying to get to the point where I want to say something, and then after I say something, and then the study happens, then the think it took me about an hour.
Well, we joking.
Yeah, because it don't make no sense because the more it's like tomorrow. Yeah, I try to clean the situation up. The worst I can.
Okay. So you see nothing you want to get involved in it.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one on our list, and we're going to get to other things, was the personalization, where always saying it's my fault. It's the end of the world. Just blaming yourself for taking responsibility for something. One of the things our class we talked about with divorce, a husband and a wife gets divorced, and then one person, either one side, it was all them, or it was all them, or the other side, it was all me, it was all me. But there's always in any situation we run through life lessons that is never one-sided. There's always an equal blame, but you made it so personal in the situation. It's all you. It's all on me. It's all on me. I personally did it. It's all on me. When oh no, I'm at the end of the world. Are you that type of person, or are you balanced with it? What are your thoughts on that?
I'm more try to be more balanced. I ain't gonna say I'm balanced all the way, but I try. I like to be always. That's where I can keep my mind straight.
Okay.
Yeah, I think sometimes I probably can get like that. I mean, you know, depending on how stressful and stuff you get. You know,
Okay.
but I try to stay down.
Okay, that's good. We went through those. This is a tough one, but these are some things to think about. Before our next session, I want you to think more about those, and you can leave your take home with you that you can think about more in detail. Maybe that is more of me. No, none of that. This is in detail. We're just going really good sessions really about getting to know you better, looking at the things that can make you a better overall person. So my next question with that whole mindset is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong was your peace?
2.
2?
I guess it's probably 5 or 6. I know it ain't never 10, but it's probably 5 or 6.
Okay. So let's talk about that. What causes you stress? If your initial answer was 2, and you said you were 5 or 6, when there's things in there that stress you, what are the things that cause you stress?
Being able to control some situation.
Not being able to control some situation. Is that personal, business?
That's probably personal.
Children? Personal? Okay. Do you give yourself what you call sabbatical time? Where you would give yourself a day where you go to yourself, take a walk, go to the beach, go to the park, just by yourself, not with your wife, not with the kids, to just give yourself your time. You never do? You think something like that would help you in the long term in controlling your peace?
No. I mean, it will help, but I think when I'm most at peace, and I'm at church, I mean, I like to come to church that means I'm evil. And I would say that because sometimes I do get evil.
I understand that.
This peace, bring my peace back.
Okay. When you say evil, that means cranky?
Yeah, cranky.
Cranky.
Okay. I don't want nobody to say nothing to me.
Okay. So that's church would be a great place to come and get that. They call that Mufasa time.
Yeah.
That peace time. So at church you find your peace. Here's a question at home. Do you find the time to get the Bible and study and read at home?
Yeah, I got plenty of time to do that. We got peace on fire. That's concerned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you focus more on your peaceful time.
Like I said, I've been studying in the Bible for quite some time. So.
Okay, great. So then they talk about your peace time and the church is your peace time. What are the times that bring you stress? What are those times how often are you in that stressful situations?
Anytime we don't listen to each other.
So you say you say wife, at home? Okay.
Or the kids do something.
Okay.
Or we just in the mood and don't want to hear each other.
What brings upon those stresses?
Not listening.
So you say a lack of communication?
Yeah.
A lack of communication. Or even back when we were sitting about this, would it be to a degree the order where I'm right, excuse me, your wife says she's right, and then there's no compromise in there? Would that bring that about?
Sometimes.
Okay. So one of those like stresses, what brings you peace, what brings you joy?
Come to church. Have fun with the family.
Family time.
And that would bring me joy. Family time in church.
Family time in church. That's a great balance. See, as we grow older, we realize let's take things of what's really important, what's important, and then what's not really important. That is really, really, really good. So just to go back, I forgot to finish it up. This is all confidential, of course, but then there are a few things that I would have to share if we came in and we had to talk, and I felt that you were in imminent danger to yourself or someone close to you, where you shared to me that you were going to do something dramatic to someone, or you was in danger for your life. I would have to go and share that. If you shared something about your children or your grandchildren, and you shared it, and I felt that if you left here, that those children in your family would be in immediate danger, and I would be bound by law to go and share that information with that. I just want to get that going, keep out the way. Other than that, it's sort of confidentiality. I think we've had a great intake conversation to some things. And then, see, from this session, we will have a longer session next time, and we'll just go into depth as to dealing with your stresses. I'm really good at, we'll talk about de-escalating. When you get to that point to where you're stressed and you want to launch out, or those times when you're evil, you come to church and you're mad, how to handle that anger, how to avoid the issues that come along, the communication with your wife. I think we've had some great intake start, you know me, but it's all about you. Yes. And I also want to set up some barriers to where if we're going somewhere you don't want to go, and I ask questions you don't want to answer, we have peace words, where it's a or a stop or not comfortable, and I'll immediately change the subject, change the conversation. Immediately, if we say we need a pause to go to the restroom, because it's all about you being comfortable, about you being safe, because it's all about maximizing Ryan. What is the best version of Ryan, and how can we get to that best version of Ryan? It's not about me at all. I'm just a vessel being used. I really feel being used by God to bring us together, to bring us peace, to bring God into our midst, and really just to counsel and grow as client, therapist. And I'm not a licensed therapist as of yet, but I am under a licensed therapist who's also a professor at school, and this information we share with her, and she'll give me feedback. So if there's ever a situation you feel like, well, he's not giving me enough information, and I feel like I can't give you the answers, I'm going to go to her, and she's under some very 30-year plus experience licensed therapist who will give her some feedback to give to me, and then we'll be able to feed you. And really, there's no situation that come up that we can't give you some type of valid help to make you just be a better person overall. Right? Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Man. Thank you for coming. We'll have our session next week, and also we'll have our sessions once a week. And when the sessions do come, if you can't make an appointment, just give me a notice 2 hours ahead, because there will be people who want to line up to come in and can't get in, and we'll clear that time. And if you come late, they're really going to be late, we'll still sit down and chat. But if there's someone waiting after your session, it may just short the whole session up and those things. I think I kind of went through it all, got some information on you. I got the questions, you know about the confidentiality, that you know that about imminent danger. I have to share some things. During our time also, this is a new one I never thought I'd ever have to do. With our phones, my phone is not on me, it's off under my leg, because we just found out some things. That you've heard of Syria, you've heard of Alexa. Mm-hmm. There's this thing called IA, where they can't cut off now. They can't cut off. So if you have them in the sessions, the Congress just has some hearings on why can't they cut off. So somehow, somewhere, this information is still gathering. Right. So as far as therapy sessions, we're not allowed to have them in the room. We're not allowed to talk in their presence, because we don't know what the long term is of that. Right. And I'll never 100% focus on you when we sit down. And that's only what you want to talk about, only what you want to share, and we're going to go from there. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
And God bless you, and we'll meet again next week, man.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you.
Amen.